This is a Fox News alert now on some brand new videotape out of one of the hardest hit areas. That's Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. This is the outer banks of the Tar Heel State, where you can see this road has been ripped away by the fury of Irene. Kitty Hawk is near the area of Kill Devil Hills and Nags Head. That's where our reporter John Roberts had been stationed yesterday. And the governor of North Carolina was talking earlier today, and what Bev Perdue said is that there are large portions of her state that are inaccessible. This is part of what she was referring to. That is absolute devastation, and a part of the state that it was right there in the crosshairs for that storm to take a direct shot on places like Kitty Hawk. And it's not clear to me, but it looked like some crews have already arrived there, and they're trying to either help the folks who had stayed behind or perhaps trying to access some part of that island that has just been devastated. You know, think about the roads that lead out there. There are only a couple of them that go out to Kitty Hawk, and it's a beautiful stretch of the country. And for the moment anyway, that has been turned on its head.
Yeah, looks like the road just disintegrated in areas there, so that's a tough situation. And we also know that crews are now working to restore power a bit further up the East Coast in Rhode Island. Nearly 200,000 homes are out of power there. They've had blackouts that are affecting the communities really across the state, especially those along the coast. Craig Boswell joins us now live in Newport, Rhode Island, where I don't know, Craig, we've been watching Molly Lyon out there get battered all throughout the day. Are things improving slightly?
We're still pretty much about the same. And you were talking about the power, Martha. About half of Rhode Island customers remain without power. It looks like it could be that way for some time until these winds die down. Crews can't really get out until there's a danger of winds not getting above 40 miles per hour. We've been recording sustained winds of at least 28 to 35 for the last several hours, gusting earlier up to 50, 51. I was over around the cliff walk around First Beach, and that's where I saw a lot of trees down. I saw some shingles off roofs, so certainly contributing to the problem. There's also going to be a tough economic hit. Here we are 2 weeks in the last part of summer when they really want to maximize the tourism dollars. They've had to board Newport up and just basically shut it down for a few days here. So that's going to be something else that we'll just have to tally up as we go down the line. Martha, let me show you one other thing. As the waves start to hit up against the rocks here and towards the streets. One thing we're going to look for now is high tide around 8 o'clock. If the winds keep pushing this water in and you get the high tide those two combinations, plus they're calling this a moon tide. It's a full moon tonight. Could push more water up and onto the streets, and certainly in those low-lying areas. So they're going to have to certainly watch that tonight. We spoke with so many people here in Newport and all up into Providence, and while they know this could have been much worse, they're thankful that it's not, and they're certainly doing the best they can to ride it out this evening. They also closed the hurricane barrier up in Providence, which is protecting that city from the floodwaters. That's something they built there in 1966. Riding it out here in Newport. Hopefully this thing will roll out of here sometime early this evening.
All right, riding it out in style there in Newport. Thank you very much, Craig Boswell. Good to hear from you this afternoon. These high tides and low tides, there's been a lot of moon pull. And it has made the tides in New England higher than usual and lower than usual over the course of the latter part of the summer, and that's had an impact on them with all of this Irene havoc as well.
And Craig's got style.
He does.
Yes, he does. Oftentimes these hurricanes, too, they can be wind events, or they can be water events, or they can be both. Irene was a water event, and when I was starting to see that in so many different areas, parts of Philadelphia, the surrounding areas of Philly could see record flooding. I want to get to Jeff Cole right now. He's with our Fox of Philly WTXF. He's in Camden, New Jersey, across the river there from Philadelphia. How goes it there, Jeff?
Well, you've just said it, Bill. The problem is, and you're seeing a car come right through here, this you're looking at is the Cooper River. Now, the Cooper River should not be claiming part of Kane Avenue in Camden, but certainly it is. And as you can see, and as you're looking at live here, folks are not timid about driving right through it. And frankly, it's this kind of thing, and even though the water's fallen back here a little bit, it's this kind of thing that makes for a nightmare for rescue workers, because often the cars will just sort of stop and short out, and then they've got a big problem. The issue here, both in Camden and certainly in the bigger city across the Delaware, across the Ben Franklin, Philadelphia, is the rising water. In Philly, the Delaware rivers, the Schuylkill River, they are rising. They have already claimed parts of low-lying areas of commercial districts in the city. And here in Camden, as you can see, the Cooper River as well is taking parts of the roads here. So this issue is here now, and of course it's going to be present and important because the rivers will continue to rise.
Such
folks, back to you.
a juxtaposition, too, with the sun out already, too. But your mayor told us earlier today that you will see record flooding in parts of Philadelphia. So we await on that, Jeff. Thanks again there, live in New Jersey, across the river from Philadelphia. Martha.
Well, New Jersey's Governor Chris Christie expects the storm damage in his state to be in the billions of dollars. The Garden State dealing with a lot of heavy flooding. The roads are closed, and hundreds of thousands of people tonight are sitting in their houses in the dark. The candles are still where they're going for light in many parts of New Jersey. Rick Leventhal has been watching this storm throughout from Atlantic City. How did Atlantic City fare, and when are they going to see the casinos open back up, Rick?
Well, they did a lot better than many people thought they would in Atlantic City, and the casinos are scheduled to open at noon tomorrow, Martha. The weather has improved dramatically in the past couple of hours. It is a bright, sunny day now here on the boardwalk, but only a handful of businesses have opened up here on the boards because pretty much everyone in Atlantic City got out before the storm hit. Also, the number of people without power, as you mentioned, continues to go up, despite the fact that the weather has improved. More than 828,000 homes and businesses are now in the dark. So that's a major issue for these folks who, in some cases, have been exposed to floodwaters. And that's another thing that the state is warning against. They say if any of your food has been exposed to floodwaters, that you should throw it out. There has been some minor damage in Atlantic City. There's been some localized flooding, some trees down, some power lines down. And you mentioned the Tropicana Hotel. This is a minor incident. There was some appeared to be sheetrock that fell off of some sort of awning or a marquee out front of the parking garage. This was minor damage. There was no major damage at Tropicana or any of the other 11 casino hotels in Atlantic City. All of them, including the Trop, will be open at noon tomorrow with gaming, Martha, for anyone who still wants to gamble or is planning a vacation down here. They lost a lot of money because of this storm this weekend, not just the casinos, but every business in Atlantic City, which had to shut its doors, suffered a major setback, considering this was the last weekend of August and one of the biggest weekends of the year for them.
Well, it looks beautiful there now, and we encourage everybody to get out and salvage what's left of the vacation week and Labor Day weekend down in Atlantic City. Rick, thank you so much. Rick Leventhal reporting it from there, and we know that up in northern New Jersey, they got hit with some serious flooding too. We have this U Report video that came in from some very good folks, very good reporters in the Saddle River area. Check it out.
Hi, Mom. So this is in front of the Ho-Hocus Inn. It's totally flooded.
Whoa. Where are we going to stay?
No, wait.
Oh, wait, look inside.
Oh my God. I'm wearing rain boots. This is not safe. Look back there. This is the ocean right now. Okay, we're done.
Okay, we're done. That's the family out there. That's not too far from my house. You reporter Elizabeth Reed and Harry. They did an excellent job covering that. But let me tell you that you don't see anything like that coming off of the Saddle River, and that's a very calm little. It looks like a stream that you can barely see over the rocks over that bridge most days. So it's just indicative. She said, "I need to work on my reporting."
Listen, you have taught them very well.
They did a great job.
Right, Elizabeth, her framing was outstanding, and Reed's umbrella was enormous. That kid's not going to get wet for anything, is he? All right,
Hurricane. Good stuff, guys.
Well done out there in Saddle River. Hurricane Irene claiming now at least 18 lives. So the number has gone up by 2 just in the past hour. Millions still without power on the East Coast, and it's still wreaking havoc up in the Northeast. We'll take you back there live, and we're watching this water rescue here. So how do you assess all the damage out there? We'll talk with the Army Corps of Engineers in a moment and get their evaluation in the early stages post-Irene.